Hey everyone, and welcome back. We have a new episode of Big Brother to discuss. I believe it's episode 20, and we have another special guest with us this evening. We have a comedian named Kimia. Hey Kimia.
Hi, thank you so much for having me on the podcast.
Yes, thank you so much for coming. So I actually sent out a message on Threads to anyone who would be willing to be a guest on the show, and she responded, and then our schedules aligned, and now we're here.
Yeah, I most of my threads right now is Big Brother, so I'm glad I caught that and you responded and I'm like, "Oh my God, this is so fun because I love talking Big Brother."
Yes, same here. So, just because I don't know you and our listeners and viewers don't know you, so would you like to just tell us like when you started watching Big Brother, some of your favorite seasons, or house guests?
Yeah, okay, so I'm not like in like one of the OG watchers. I started Big Brother 25. That was the first one I watched like live, like put them all out there, live feeds, everything. And then, but I went back, I watched all the big ones because I have a friend who's like a Big Brother super fan, and she told me all the seasons I need to watch to prepare for the upcoming season, which was 25 at the time. So I know Dan's playing, Rachel Riley, who I like, but I don't like when like old players come back. I know it's a little
Okay.
controversial. I'm not a fan of that. Um, but she is very entertaining. I liked everyone in the cookout. Tiffany, who started the cookout, I think she doesn't get the credit. She deserves a lot for it. Um, and then this season, I love Jason and I wish he stayed, but he was too much for the house, I guess. But yeah,
Yeah.
I've been obsessed since 25. But I
So
know,
what
yeah.
like no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But I know some people watch from like, what Barrett was it Barrett or Drew who's like, I've been watching, or Melody who's been watching from, her mom's womb. Not that I haven't been watching for that long, but didn't one of them say that?
I haven't heard that, but it makes sense since the show started in what, 2000,
Yeah.
2001. And I
And they're
think Drew
like,
might be 21, 22.
yeah,
So I
they're
can see
young.
that. So I was saying, so what brought you over to the Big Brother family? Because like you're the first person, other than my close friends, who started
Yeah.
watching this season because of me. Like, what brought you over to Big Brother in general?
So then my friend, her name's Angela.
Hmm.
She's a Big Brother super fan, and she told me to like all about this. I'm a lawyer, so like we were in law school, and that's where I met her, and she told me about this show, but my summers were busy. And then finally for 25, I was like, okay, I can commit to this. And ever since I started watching the live feeds, I've been obsessed. This is like, I believe every show should have a live feed, every reality show.
I agree.
Love Island, if you had live feeds. Yeah, your opinion would change on a lot
It
of
would.
people.
It would. It would. So that's how I got my friends hooked on Big Brother this season because they
Yeah.
love Islands. And I'm like, if
hmm
you can commit to that and it comes on
Yeah.
5 times a week, you can watch Big Brother. Plus, to
hmm
your point, we have live feeds. So beyond the edited show, we get like the rawness, the stuff we didn't
hmm
see behind the scenes that and the show edits people a certain way versus
Uh,
the live feeds, to your point. So
exactly. And I miss when like I was there, I think right before they changed it. You know how the live feeds you used to be able to go back and
hmm
like, if you miss like last night's like talks, you go back to like midnight and watch it. You can't do that anymore.
no.
But I wish you could because like then you would be caught up on everything. And I believe everyone should have the ability to do that. And what's
Right.
funny is I do have, not funny, but like someone I did improv with, she's I
Mhm.
guess a producer on Big Brother.
Oh
She's like
wow.
people that does the live feed stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, I need to know everything. But she wouldn't divulge too much. And I was like, all right, fine. She's like, I signed a contract. I'm like, okay, I'm an attorney. You can tell me. No, you can't.
Right. I don't know if you've ever seen that show Unreal. I forgot what station
Mhm.
used to come on. It was like it's a scripted reality show within a show, and it shows like how casting producers and everything manipulate the
Mhm.
show to kind of create an outcome. So I can see why she wouldn't want to release that information.
Yeah.
But
I know. I was like, oh my God, can I get a tour? But no. But I mean,
no.
it's so cool just to like be a part of that. And she's one of
Mhm.
those, I guess she watches or is in charge of like the feeds at night or something whenever her little shift
Mm.
is. I was like, wow, that's
Oh. So she probably gets to pick like who the camera's on, like what
Yeah,
storyline we're
I
gonna
think
show.
so. Yeah.
That's
I'm
fun.
like, that's really cool.
Oh yeah. I think I would have a question like, so how do you pick like
That's
what makes the person the reason why you're gonna watch them? Is it because of the pre-existing storyline or do you create a new one? Like that's fun.
Yeah, I know. She wouldn't divulge any of that. And I just want to
Okay.
be like, stop cutting the feeds. Like, let it just roll. You know, when they cut it, I get so mad. I'm like, come on, this is the point of Big Brother. I need to see every second of it.
Well, since you're a new watcher, I'm going to suggest you watch Big Brother Canada as well,
Oh, okay.
which, in my opinion, is a more superior show in terms of casting and
Oh,
gameplay. But to your point, their live feeds were worse than ours. Like they were always
oh,
cutting them off and
um,
everything. But I think they got canceled last year, but I think they're coming
yeah.
back in January. And
Oh,
they
they
used to
are.
have they used to have all the seasons on Paramount Plus up until this year.
Oh, wow. Okay, I gotta
Hmm
check them out. Because
Yeah,
I know.
I'll send you some
Yeah.
links.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, because I'm like, I need to see them just to see how different they are. I know there's Big Brother UK,
Hmm
but I haven't seen that. I've just seen clips of them, because I think Trisha Paytas was on there, and I just like
Yeah.
Trisha Paytas. But
So yeah, the UK show is more like to me like American Idol. So they don't
oh,
vote
okay,
each other
okay.
out. The public
Oh,
votes them out. But
oh,
the Canadian version has the same format we use.
okay.
So
Yeah, that's better if we or if they vote each other out, not like the public.
right, right.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's a lot more performance.
Mm-hmm. A
Hmm
100%. Yeah.
But so who are some of your favorite house guests?
Okay. I love Melody, partially because
Okay.
she's also a comedian. But she's so smart and it's like undercover smart. You know what I mean? Like,
hmm
but I also don't think people take her as seriously, but they should. I love Angela. I know she's Angela, but she's entertaining. It does go against what I said that I don't like returning players.
hmm
She's entertaining for the TV. Who else do I like? Yash has grown on me a lot, especially this week when he won HOH. I'm like, oh my God, okay, you're stepping it up. And then with the noms too, I'm like, I thought he would just follow whatever Devins tells him or Kamu or something, but he's putting up the two icons. And I'm like, all right, that's what we're talking about. His comment though, I don't know if this was shown when he was like, there's too many women. So that's why he's gonna like put up the women. But I'm like, all right, you have two icons in Haley, but your reasoning's not good. But I'm glad Dee and Angela are up, and I hope he uses the veto to put up Devon's, but I doubt that'll happen. But yeah, I
Right.
like them, and then Drew, I like sometimes, and then he gets loud, and I'm like, let's relax a little bit. But then you
Right.
forget they're like 21, 22. I'm 32, so I'm like, all right, I don't have that energy anymore.
Right. Yeah, I think I like Drew in the beginning because I love a rat floater. Like one
Yeah,
of my
yeah.
favorite house guests is June from season 4, iconic. But I feel like Drew, there's that immaturity there. And I think if he was like
Mhm.
10 years older, he'd be perfect.
Yes. Yes, I agree. And it's like funny that he still thinks he was a pawn when he was put up. And everyone's just kind of like, yeah, I know you were. I'm like, you would have been out, dude. You would have been out. None of these people have your back except Melody, I think. And he's like, yeah, you're right. He's a little too immature right now. But I think he's like, if he cuts the act of like being loud and crazy and keep sharing too much information, he would be like a good solid player. But I
Right,
do like him. He's a floater. But
right.
yeah.
To your point, I can't wait for the day when he goes on Rob Has a Podcast. I don't know if you listen to them. And they do a deep dive on his gameplay. They're like, you know, you're supposed to go home that week, right? He's like,
Yeah.
really?
I hope somebody tells him because he is just going around being like, "Oh man, that's crazy. I'm a pawn, blah, blah." I'm like, "You were gonna leave if you didn't win." I think Barrett tried to tell him, right? He was like,
Hmm
You should really win," but he wasn't listening. And Barrett is I thought I would like Barrett more, but I think he's too obsessed with D for me right now. So I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm
You're
not
not the
a
first
fan.
person said that.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a common theme. But I'm not a Barrett defender, but I will say Barrett is like a super fan. Like he might have
Yeah.
been, I don't know if he was the womb comment that you mentioned
Oh.
earlier, but I would say one of the tactics I read in the Big Brother book by Taryn Armstrong,
Mhm.
Behind the Mirror, when you play, you want to kind of play dead the first half. And I feel
Mm.
like he's kind of done that to an extent.
Yes.
Similar to Morgan last season, right? Like
Hmm. Oh
wasn't
yeah.
winning anything, almost went home, but then time the jury started, she picked it
Hmm.
up, started winning competitions. I'm not necessarily sure that that's how Barrett will play the rest of the season, but I feel like the potential is there.
Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of them, I've noticed that too, they like lay low to get to jury. And
Mm-hmm.
then that's when like gloves are off and they just go after it, which I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
is it because you just still want to be part of the game, to be in the jury? Because like that's what everyone just like stays quiet when like Jason's blowing up. Everyone was just like quiet about it. I'm like, no one's
Mm-hmm.
really defending him. Lala defended him in that like the tea time whatever they had outside, but
Right.
everybody else was quiet, even though they like agree with him. But you're right, like they stay low. They're like, don't cause problems. Just pretend like you don't know what you're doing, and then you can skate by, which I guess is a type of play, but I don't know if I would play like that? I guess I
Right.
wouldn't want to be in the drama of it if I was in the house, which I haven't applied, but I do want to be on it.
Right.
Um, but I think, yeah, you gotta lay low, but like you gotta try. That's what I don't get when they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna throw the HOH." Like I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
no, I wouldn't. I guess the first one, they're like, you never want to be the first one, which all right, I get. But then I know it's Taylor who's saying she doesn't want to be the next one. She wants to be the one in 2 weeks because that's the one
Right.
right before jury, which I'm like, all right, that's strategic. But you should still try,
Mm-hmm.
like if Kamu wins again, like are they going to think of him as another big threat? He already is, but somehow everybody loves him, which I don't get. But I am biased because like we know who he is outside the game by his posts and stuff. But I don't know
Exactly.
if they know. They must know like how he is.
Mm-hmm.
But if he's so close with Haley, who's like also a little part of the red corner,
Mm-hmm.
that means something. And so, but Kamu, they love him.
Mm-hmm.
But do
So
we think he's a bigger threat than the Survivor players? I don't think so.
you hit a lot of points here. So okay,
Sorry,
I'm
that's
a
a lot,
no,
but
no, 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 no. I'm a walk it down the conveyor belt.
yeah.
So the whole head of household thing, once upon a time, it used to be very taboo to win the first head of household in earlier
Hmm.
seasons, right? But now it's understood that if you win the first head of household, you can kind of dictate like the alliances that are going to be formed because everyone's going to want to work with you. Kind of what
Hmm.
D did, right?
Yeah.
Um, and so, or you could go the Frenchie route and make crazy nominations and get evicted the following week, you
Hmm.
know, or like Daniel did from Big Brother 24, where he didn't make what four rounds after his first head of household. So like the sky's the limit there, right? But me personally, so I play quite a few. I've played quite a few online Big Brother games,
Oh, okay.
and there's been times where I was like, I don't want to win this head of household because I'm insulated really well, and if I win it, I'm gonna have to get blood on my hands now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Well, first off, also, I'd like to know what those games are because that sounds really fun.
Oh yeah, so I'll send it to you after. But I
Yeah.
actually just played one this week. It was an
Oh,
All
no
Star season
way.
from
Okay.
one that I was on 2 or 3 years ago. I'm retired from them, but my friend who's the host was like, "Yeah, we're doing All Stars. We'd love to have you back." And I was
Oh
like,
my God, how
"Okay,
fun. That's cool.
yeah, yeah." I got fourth place again.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I never make it beyond fourth, or I never do worse than fourth place. I always get fourth place.
Okay. That's a solid spot.
Right? But yeah, continuing on.
Yeah,
So yeah, throwing head of households. Um, Taylor, I feel like she's in a good spot, but I do
yeah.
feel like she needs to win,
Yeah.
right? Um, just to just to shake the icons up even more.
Hmm.
Um, the only thing I'm afraid of, hopefully Devin's power is flushed out this week.
Yes,
And
yes.
then from there, it's fair game. Like,
Hmm.
my biggest fear was like, even this week, if the power is used, that Devins nominates Taylor, he
Hmm.
takes D off, puts up Taylor, and
Yeah,
then Taylor goes home. So then
yeah.
she's going to wish she had one head of household at some
Hmm.
point, right?
Exactly.
Um, but I feel like if you are very insulated in the house, your head of household won't do that much damage to you.
Hmm. That's true.
Um,
Yeah.
and then your third point with Kamu, that's the thing with Kamu. We know what he's done personally of the
Mm.
game. We know how his viewpoints are, his political viewpoints, everything, but he is very charismatic.
Yep.
And I feel like, and we'll get to this in the spoilers, if Devins doesn't take this shot,
Hmm.
I can see Kamu in the final three
Yeah.
with a strong possibility to win it.
Yeah. I agree. I think Kamu's dangerous both as a player and as a person. But yeah, if Devins, I don't know where, spoiler alert, if he uses it or not, I don't know. I don't think he should. But one thing, I don't know what your thoughts on this is at the beginning, when only the icons could win head of household, what were your thoughts on that? Because that, I'm like, that didn't seem fair at all.
No. I knew that the show was going to give them some type of safety, right? So in the
Yeah.
past, it's like when they bring one person back, oh, they're safe for the first week.
Mm-hmm.
I actually would have preferred that
Yes.
than one of them only being allowed to play at the head of
Hmm.
household because, like I said, that first head of households creates the alliances.
Right.
And I think
Right.
if you had given it, I would have even preferred. They've done this on Big Brother All Stars.
Hmm.
One icon had a household and one newbie had a household, and they had to decide nominations together. I would have preferred
Okay.
that. I would have
Yeah.
taken that.
Yeah.
Yes,
But
I
this
don't
was
like
a
how they did
big
it.
advantage. I thought it would be like, oh, maybe they'll compete and like one of them will be safe from the
Right.
block.
Right. I'll
And
take
then,
that.
yeah, them winning, I was like, yeah, that really shifted everything. And it just, I feel like when you get someone big in, people that know Survivor, they're like, oh my God, it's Rick Devens and D. I don't know them. I didn't know them before this. But
Right.
everyone's already like, oh my God, starstruck. And I guess it's different when it's three like reality stars
Mm-hmm.
into the game versus it was just Rachel Riley, which is like that's a little bit easier to like manage because it's just one and she doesn't have
Mm-hmm.
that much power and yeah, she'll be a shield for a little bit. When you have three and two of which I guess are like really strategic players, that
Mm-hmm.
just throws everything off. And that's what it did up until I'd say maybe when Lala's HOH, up until then, they were just like running everything.
Yes,
Yeah.
they were. And the thing is, like, even with D, like she's been on the challenge. She won
Oh,
Survivor.
yeah.
So it's like we have a comp threat coming in from the rip. So even that
Yes.
challenge itself wasn't fair. Like she's
Yeah.
gonna win.
Right. Right. So I'm like, I didn't, and I think Lala just found out that Dee won $1 million. I think Lala thought she had won like 500K from winning Survivor,
No,
and it was like,
a
no, that's a
million.
million.
She won a
And
million.
I'm like, I feel like how are these people not after obviously the first week? How are they not on the block? You know, like how is it not your strategy to like go after these big names, especially Rick and Dee? I feel like you got to divide them because I don't think Angela's with them, but like, the Survivor players are like sticking together.
Yeah, for sure. Um, it's I mean, you gotta think last season too, even with Rachel, she went the whole season without being nominated.
Yeah.
So
I'm like, I think maybe they think if you sit next to them in the last two chairs, it's like, oh, she's already won. This is her
hmm.
more than third season, right? Like she's been there three, that was her third or her
Well,
fourth season.
well, Rachel,
Rachel Riley
that
last
was
year.
her third. That was
That
her
was her
third.
third. Okay. That was her third time being there. I feel like people, they might just sway them and be like, she's already won. Because I guess if you're
Hmm.
sitting with Dee, I'm trying to think like, she already has $1 million plus
Right.
whatever else she's made off the challenge and whatnot.
Right.
But
And
I think they need to go. But
I agree. Like I like Dee. Like
yeah.
I liked her on Survivor. I watched that whole season in its entirety. I liked her on the challenge. But I really want somebody like if she stays on the block nominated, I really want the person next to her to be like, she started off with an advantage. She has $1
Hmm.
million. If you vote me out, this makes absolutely no sense.
Yes. Yes. Because I'm
So,
like, get her out. But I get it. People are huge fans of her, and I get what
mm,
she brings. But I think, what if they did like a All Stars, but like Survivor All Stars and like Big Brother All Stars in a house together? Because I feel like that'd be a better representation on how they would do in the game
mm,
versus a bunch of veterans and the newbies who are not experienced at all don't know how to handle a situation like that. Like even Angela. She's back. She's a completely different person from her season. And that was what, 2 years ago? She's
right.
changed. She knows
Hmm.
what to do to be better. And that's a huge advantage. If you had Angela from 26 here, I don't think she would have gone as far. She would already, well, she did already flip out on Jason, but I think it would have been worse. That
She
was
did.
funny though. That was funny.
Um, yeah, and to your point, like the difference between Big Brother 26 Angela and Big Brother 28 Angela, Big Brother 28 Angela started off with alliance members, right?
Yeah, she
And
did.
she always on 26 always wanted to be accepted. Like
Hmm.
that was her thing. So
Yeah.
now she's also started off with an advantage socially that she
Yes.
didn't have before.
Yeah, that's a good point. She has
Hmm.
that, and it's already like, she's like, okay, well, she always says, I hate the term icons. It's like, but no, you're insulated with the two of them. And then she's gotten friends with Haley. She's gotten friends with a lot of people. This week, she's gotten close to Mallory a lot. And I
Hmm.
think it's a huge advantage just coming in, being a veteran of this and knowing like seeing yourself talking to other people like, oh, what could I have done better? Because if you bring back like, let's say even the whole house comes back at another point, they would play so differently already. Even if it's like Jason came back, like he would play a different game than he
Right.
did now, and he'd do better.
Right.
Yeah.
And you got to think also, like, even with the cast, I think Dee said she was contacted maybe a month before, but
Oh, yeah.
so like Angela, she has Lala, right? Although the
Hmm.
relationship is like up and down, she
Yeah.
still has an older woman with her,
Right.
and that's
Right.
also helps.
Yes.
Dee, when you look at
Hmm.
the guys, I'm pretty sure one of them would find her attractive, and that could be a
Yeah.
showmance because
Hmm.
historically, Dee is always in a showmance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, even on Survivor, she had a showman. The
Oh,
challenge, she had a showman.
oh,
So when you
no
look at
way.
all the guys are like, everyone's single,
Yeah.
attractive, like all those little things play a factor. When you look at last season with Rachel, there was only one super fan, and that was Lauren. No one
Okay.
else has really seen the show. So if you haven't seen Rachel play, you're not going
Yeah.
to go after her.
Right, right. That's true. I think about that. That's a good
Hmm.
point. But yeah, I know Barrett's trying hard to be the showman's with D. But I don't know how I feel about that because did you see that on the live feeds? I don't know if it showed on there. He like kissed her on the cheek, but he kissed her.
Yeah, some people had some choice words for that.
Oh.
They were not. I don't know if it was like people. I don't know what weird people were going with it, but they didn't like it for whatever
Mhm.
reason. So I was like, "Ooh, okay, I'm gonna stay out of this one."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. Yeah, I
But
didn't know that's her thing. But I don't know how Survivor works, to be honest. I just learned like they're already split up into an alliance or teams.
yeah, tribes, right? So
Yeah,
they're in
tribes.
tribes,
Yeah.
and then it's Survivor is a more fast paced game because they vote people out every 2 days, and they're only there for 26
Oh,
days. And then there's like hidden immunity idols where if you find it,
yeah.
you can save yourself. And then there's you compete for challenges. If your tribe
Mhm.
wins, your whole tribe is safe, and the other tribe has
Oh,
to vote somebody
okay.
out. And at some point, the tribes merge together, and it's every man's for himself. So,
Okay. Okay. Well,
um,
okay, I can kind of see the parallel with what Devins is trying to do this week. Because he's trying to merge crossovers with FAP. What are they, what was the
what
politically
was it?
correct? It's like the four American people. Is that what CBS is calling it?
Is
But,
that what they're called?
well, no, no, no. They're called fuck ass people.
Okay, okay, okay.
But CBS, I think they called them like four American partners or something like that. Yeah.
I'm done. No, I didn't even catch. I didn't even catch the censorship of that.
Yeah, yeah. They were like,
Um,
we have to change the name. So that's why I think they just call each other like FAP, maybe.
right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, that.
Yeah.
Okay. So the thing is with the Survivor on Survivor, when you win an immunity idol, you can give it to someone to save them. And I feel
Oh,
like
yeah, yeah.
Devins is doing that, but I feel like he should just save it for himself. And if he
He
doesn't need it, he doesn't
should.
need it.
Yeah.
Um,
I would
don't
never
give it
use
away.
something like that on somebody else.
Right.
I don't think because then you're vulnerable. Because what? There's still two more before jury, and you could like you'll be put up next week unless it's like D wins and then like Angela wins. Let's say they all get saved somehow,
Right.
and that'll keep you safe, but you're still at risk. It's like when Matt used whatever the power was and he saved Jag before Jag walked out that door, even though he was voted out. I thought that was the dumbest move. I mean, look what happened. You ended up in second place and you
Right.
saved the guy that won, but it's like I feel like you should never use something like that for somebody else. Unless that
No.
person is like your brother, your actual brother or sister, and you're like, all right, whatever. But even then, I'm like, no, I wouldn't use that. Like, it's for
Right.
me. Like, save me.
Right. I feel
Yeah.
like the only time it works is if it's the veto, because with the veto you
Yeah.
can use it and you're safe yourself
Right.
as the veto
Right.
holder.
Right.
But other than that, just save it. I don't. To your point, I think it could blow up in his face. Like if he
Hmm.
does not use it on himself, I think people retaliate to power moves like that, and he could find himself on the block. And I don't think he understands how good of a position he's in right now.
Yeah. He's in a very good position.
Mhm.
Because it's so weird to me that everyone just kind of gave up on being like, oh, does he have the power or not? It's like it's obvious the Survivor players are going to be the first two to get a power, or even like just the icons in general. But I don't know, well, it's kind of like not really a spoiler, but Dee used her like she's bribing the 5K so he could use it. And I think his strategy to be like, well, I'd rather have 5K than this power. And like that's why he used it, but I don't know. I don't know how he's gonna spin that because it's a huge
So
power.
they showed that on the episode, The
Okay,
Bribe.
okay, yeah.
And Yash diary room moment is like, oh my gosh, I can have 5K in a bunch of Chipotle or the
He's trying
nomination.
hard to get that Chipotle like endorsement.
Yes. I was like,
He's
Yash,
crazy.
stay focused, okay?
Yes,
Focus.
I know. I'm
Um,
like, that's why I'm shocked he won. But I'm like, okay, stick with the plan. Stick with the plan. You can win this. Well, this
mhm.
week. You can like come out on a good side. But I do
Right.
think he's come out like as a better player than I thought he would be. And I think you said, wasn't he the one that was an alternate? He was the alternate.
Him and Taylor.
Oh, Taylor too.
So
Oh,
yeah, somebody dropped out and Taylor got on, and then that other man who took the cast photo and everything dropped out and
yes.
sequestered, and he got put on.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I heard about the guy that dropped out for Yosh. I didn't know Taylor was also
Yeah.
interesting. Maybe that's why
Mm.
she's being low key right now. I don't know.
I don't know. I think because the thing is, her and Yash were in a similar situation the first week where they both got nominated, both could have went
Hmm.
home. And I say to their credit, they definitely recovered 100% because a lot
Yeah.
of times with Big Brother, when you're nominated that first week, you
Hmm.
stay in that chair up until you're evicted.
Yep. Yep. 100%. And I'm surprised Yosh pulled out and he was like, him and Chuck were kind of both just I thought they were playing dumb. Maybe Chuck was just dumb. I thought they were just like being so low key, but no, Chuck didn't know what was going on at all, even though he said Lala's playing confused. I'm like, like, you don't know how to play this game. I don't
God.
think he prepared at all for this.
No, I watched every post eviction interview with him, and
Yeah.
he's clueless. Like they're
Yeah.
even telling him, Taylor tried to help you, and he's like,
Right.
"Well, why would I take advice from her?" It's like, well, maybe if you did, you would still be there.
Yeah, exactly. And when I saw her tell him this stuff, I was like, why is she trying to help him? But he did not listen at all. He just thought, oh, my alliance has got me. I'm like, you have nobody else. you're leaving. And then he did.
And like that's the thing, like a part of me was like, oh, I feel like Lala's head of household is wasted. But like I was telling the last guest, when someone is targeting you in the Big Brother house, you gotta take him out.
Hmm.
And he said the first chance he got, he was gonna put her up, and then
Yeah.
reneged on the situation which you became head of household. So
Yeah.
yeah, he had to go.
He had to go. I think
Mhm.
it was good to have him leave. Do I wish she also put up the icons? Yes, but I think for her, Chuck was a good, like to save herself was good. And he wasn't doing anything at all. So, and he was stinking up the house. So,
Taylor tried to help him with that. Taylor and
yes.
Haley collectively, and he
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah. He just
didn't
didn't,
listen.
yeah, he didn't listen at all. And I think what's interesting is I wonder if he said anything about the stuff like Taylor said to like help him out in the game. Because Taylor knows what she's doing, but she's being
Hmm.
very low key about it. And, she was like kind of running Lala's HOH.
Oh, she ran it because
Yeah.
Kamu should have been up. He should have been
Yeah.
nominated 100%.
Yeah, that's why I was like, why didn't you? And I think that's the one where it's like, okay, like whatever, tit for tat, like you put me up, I put you up. I feel like it's the safest nom you can make. And nobody
Hmm.
can be like mad about it. So it's like, yeah, you put me up. But I think Kamu got out and he's very good at getting himself out of these sticky situations, which is going to be very bad for everybody else because he could win this thing.
Hmm.
Unless somebody puts him up, I think, or try to backdoor him when it gets to jury, right? Because that's when they stop doing Blockbuster.
Not
If they, or I don't
necessarily,
know. Yeah.
because last season it went on too long. It was like the
Yeah.
final six, and we're still doing
Yeah.
Blockbuster.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Um,
But
Kamu reminds me of, I'm not sure if you've watched his seasons, but Paul.
Paul, I don't think I've seen that one.
Paul was on Big Brother 18, and then they brought him back by himself in Big Brother 19.
Okay.
And he has the same charisma as Kamu. It's very similar, except on Big Brother 19, Paul kind of became like a cult leader,
Oh.
like a following, and they were just bullying people that weren't in the alliance.
Oh
And
no.
he made it to final two with, I don't know if you know Josh Martinez.
Yes, yes.
That's the season Josh won. And I personally feel like
Oh.
Paul should have won,
Okay.
but he did no jury management
Yeah.
at all.
Yep.
But it's the same type of charisma Kamu has. Like people love
Yeah.
Paul the same way.
Yeah. And I think he is using religion to his advantage right now.
Oh, 100%.
Because it's like you're trying to win over Miss Julie Chen Moonves by quoting whoever at the end. Sorry,
No, you're
whatever.
fine.
I don't know, whatever it is he quotes at the end of his things, like Romans 12:9. And it's like, all right, chill. But he's getting the Lala with that too. And I'm like, either it's actually who you are, or that's how to manipulate someone. Or both,
Right.
you know?
He wouldn't be able, I'm agnostic. He wouldn't be able to get me.
Okay,
I'd be
yeah, no,
like,
me. If I heard that, I'd be like on the block. No.
I'd be like, what, sir?
Yeah.
Like I
But
grew
yeah,
up culturally in
yeah,
religion, but like I'm agnostic. So I'd be
yeah.
like, Kamu, what?
I know, I'd be like, what are you talking about now?
Right.
But it
Right.
works sometimes. It works. It worked for Paul, you're saying like,
Hmm.
was he religious or he was just like more just culty and in a
So, like always, they gave Paul, and also let me not misgender Paul. Paul's non-binary, so
Oh, okay, okay.
they gave Paul like these friendship bracelets in the beginning when they got there, and it was like if you got a bracelet, you were safe. If you weren't, you were potentially nominated. And then there was the head of household, whoever won, got to pick out of the people who didn't have bracelets who was getting nominated. So
Oh,
they already gave Paul the
yeah,
ability to create these alliances
yeah.
around them, around them.
Oh,
Yeah, it was,
interesting.
and I think Paul got safety the first week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like it was just so much in their
That
favor. I
was
was like,
that was when they returned. And
right.
oh
Hmm.
wow, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and
There's
they were
something
recently
about
on House of Villains this past season as well.
oh, okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. Interesting. See, the advantages for the returning players, I don't get it. I feel like just being a returning player is an advantage in itself.
Right. I don't
But
think there's rarely been a situation where a returner has gone out pre-jury. I think the only person might have been Frank on Big Brother 18. But normally I feel like I'm sure they have to pay the returnees more to come
yeah.
back. This is kind of like the big twist of the season.
Hmm.
So I can see them setting a situation up to keep them in the game as long as possible.
Yeah, that's true.
So I
Because
get it.
yeah, I'm assuming there's a lot of Survivor fans watching.
Oh
Like the
yeah, this
talent
season.
fans. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because the ratings are up this season because of
Oh,
D and
okay.
Devin.
Okay, yeah. And it's both CBS, right? So it's like
Hmm.
you got that connection.
But continuing on, so you saw the nominations for the week. We have
Yes.
Angela, Dee, and Haley. But now, because we have all these powers at play, we saw that Yash won the veto.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, is Yash thinking about using the veto?
I
I
don't,
heard he was.
yeah. He's going back and forth. I think the last I heard, he does not want to use it.
Okay, okay.
Keep noms the same. But I know there's people in his ear now being like, to take Haley down, which I'm like, wait, since when did that happen? So I think right now, because today I've been watching the feeds, they're all just in the pool in the backyard. They're having fun. No one's talking game too much yet. Just
Right.
Melody and Mallory are. But I think he's not going to use it. Um, but the whole thing right now is will Devins use his power, Diamond Power veto? And I think he's thinking about, at least I would think it's a good idea to not blindside everybody. Maybe tell your alliance, like, hey, maybe right before, the veto ceremony, like, hey, I have this power, I'm gonna use it. Because I don't know, if I heard that, I'd be so mad he didn't tell me if I was part of his alliance. Um, but yeah, I don't know if he'll use it. Like we're saying, I don't think he should use it. But if Yash somehow finds out he has it, it would be so epic to see Yash use the power veto, take whoever down and put Devins up. Probably take Haley down, put Devins up, and then make him use it on himself. That would
Ooh.
be crazy. But I don't think that'll happen.
Ooh. So I'm interested to see if the nominations just stay the same
Yeah.
and we get a blockbuster situation where maybe D wins the blockbuster and
Mm-hmm.
we have who are we voting out? Haley or Angela?
Mm-hmm.
Do we vote out an icon or do we vote out somebody we don't like?
Right. That's a good point. I don't know what they'll do. It seems that whatever they say they're going to do on Monday is the opposite of what they're going to actually do because everything changes on Wednesday. And then by the time it's a live eviction, everyone's in a different spot. I do think if Dia's there, she should go. That should be their vote out. If it's
Mhm.
Haley and Angela, I think you just take out an icon,
I
you
agree.
know? Just take an icon out. That's big for like Yash's resume for sure. He could say he got an icon out. And for everybody else, it kind of like puts them on notice like, hey, this could be the way the house is shifting if again the other side wins. The other side being non-icons and not Barrett or Kamal.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm just glad Yash did this. Like I was very surprised that he
Hmm.
put them up.
Yeah, it's crazy because it's still like a very bro move because he put up
Yeah,
all
yeah.
women,
All women, yeah.
but
Yeah. He said that he's like, oh, there's like seven women, dude. We need to like just take out. And I'm like, all right,
okay, gosh,
come on.
like this is not even that deep. Because you could be with all women and still win out. It's fine. Like it's not that serious.
Exactly. Exactly.
Um, I just I would I would strongly pitch to take out Angela, but then I would be
Hmm.
afraid that oh my gosh, what if Haley was head of household next week? Um,
Yeah.
but I would take the shot at Angela.
I think you have to. You have to take the shot at an icon because I
Hmm.
think Haley, she could be on the block again next week.
Right.
And she could be someone you take out later on. I don't think she'd be too bad. Well, depending on, who's left if she goes to jury, because she plays very emotionally and doesn't like people for literally no reason because it could be like, I don't like the way you talk. It's like, okay, all right. It could be no other reason. And then Yeah, I would just be annoyed to be in the jury house with her if I were one of the players. But yeah, take a shot at an icon. That has to happen. It should have happened
Yeah.
already, but they're,
Well, the icons have been in power up
yeah,
until Lala's
yeah,
win. So
which is crazy. And I'm like, it all just depends on how this week plays out and how everyone feels about Devon's having this power and not telling anybody but like D about it. If that makes everyone mad, which I think initially it might, but he's gonna sway them. He's so
mhm,
good about he like what's great and like what I don't like if I were a player is he makes people think it's their idea. When whatever idea he
right.
comes out with, he makes them think it was their idea, but he'll run the house and he'll if he's in the jury house, whoever he wants to win is the person that's gonna win.
Hmm.
So I just think he shouldn't use it, but it should be used just to flush it out and then try to go after the icons again next week. But
Hmm.
we'll see. But this is an
Yes.
interesting week. I'm very excited about this week.
Yes, me
Yeah.
too. So, I always ask everyone who comes on the podcast this one
Yeah.
particular question. If you were able to decide who was going to be the winner of Big Brother 28 today, based on the current events of the house, who would it be and why?
Okay. Um, I think based on just like wins overall and what's happened, Yash,
Ooh, okay.
which is crazy because I thought nothing of him at the beginning. Um, but I think he made the big moves and he
Mm.
won. Because I'm just looking at who I'd want. Who I want to be the one that wins, Melody. Um,
Ooh,
yeah,
okay.
that's because I think she's strategic. She just hasn't won anything yet. Even like the
Yes.
power, like she got the punishment instead of the power. But I think Yash was to me like an underdog, and like
Mm.
the way he's acted this week, I'm like, okay, you understand this game. You know you get an icon out. You're a little too broy, but out of everyone, I think if he makes it far, he'll probably win right
Right.
now. I think
Yeah.
Melody needs to win an HOH just so I can see her like actually put up the icons, actually do like Big Brother, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah.
I want a Melody versus Haley argument. I feel like it's been brewing and I
Yeah.
need it. I need it because I feel like it's gonna be good.
Yeah. That would be. I need that. Her going after Lala, I was like, relax. Like if you can't stand with her on the wall for as long as she did, like don't even come after her. But yeah, Haley's interesting. Do you think Haley could win it all?
No, she doesn't
No.
win a jury vote because I don't
No.
think she doesn't have enough self-awareness to
Yeah.
articulate her game properly. And that's what I always say about Haley. I would like her more if she would just own it.
Yes.
But I don't think she will.
No.
She already thinks that she's going to win the time capsule because she was a
Yeah.
victim last week. It's like, girl, what show are
Yeah.
we? What
I
are
don't
you experiencing that we're not? We're watching
Yeah.
this, you're experiencing it, and we're not on the same page.
Yeah.
Um, and I just don't feel like she owns it. So I feel
Mhm.
like having her, and I feel like she's somebody you would take to the final two
Yeah, yeah,
because you
yeah.
know you could beat her.
Hmm.
She wouldn't be able to articulate her game.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Who do you think would win?
So I'm sad to say I think Devins,
Hmm.
but who
Yeah, yeah,
I want, it's a combination of three. You and I are in alignment.
yeah.
Melody, Yash, or Taylor.
Yeah, yeah. Taylor was my third too. Yep. I think
I would
yeah, I agree.
no,
Sorry,
go
sorry,
ahead.
go.
No, you're good.
No, I'm saying if the icons weren't here, like at all part of this season, I think they would be like the biggest players.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah. Melody, I in the preseason, I thought she was just like, what's my girl from Catherine from last season. I
Okay.
thought she was just like another Catherine, you know. But Melody, to your point, she's very aware. She knows what's going on.
Mhm.
She has just been on defense mode the whole game.
She has been. Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah. But I do think Devon's. If the icons are still in, he has the best chance of all the icons.
Mm-hmm.
People love
100%.
him. People love him.
Mm-hmm. He's very
Yeah.
charismatic. He's like
And
the older brother.
yes. Yes, he is. And somehow he's like friends with like James Gunn. And you're like, all right.
Casual.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, that's cool. But he hasn't won Survivor, right? He never won.
No, never
Oh,
won.
okay.
He plays hard on Survivor though,
Yeah.
but he never won.
But he was on the 50, which is like the big icons of Survivor, right?
Yeah, him and
He's
D.
the him and D, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. See, I like
Yep.
when Suri was on it. Because then you're like, you
Mm-hmm.
bring her son, that was a different dynamic.
Oh gosh, I feel like Jared ruined her game.
Yeah. He didn't know what he was doing. But not at all.
No, no. But Cerie's the icon itself.
Yeah.
I know you don't watch Survivor. I would love to see if Sandra came to play. She's a legend of Survivor. She's won
Okay.
twice.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you watch Traders?
I watch Traders, yes. That's why I'm
She
like,
was
she
on
sounds familiar.
Traders.
Okay, yeah, because she sounds
Mm-hmm.
familiar. I watch them.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm like, I know some of the Survivor people from Traders, which I
Yes.
do think Devins and D on Traders would be great.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Sandra's the one who Janelle called a bitch at the round table.
Oh, okay. Oh, she's the one that's won twice. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Good for
Mm-hmm.
her.
And her daughter also they played together on Survivor Australia together.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dang.
So
They
yeah,
should,
she'd be
you know
good.
what? That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're
But
Survivor players, they're strategic. But it'd be,
mm-hmm.
like I said before, like in a house with other returnees and them would be better just to see how they play. Because right
Right.
now, even D and Devins are always like, they're so dumb talking about everybody else in the house. And I'm like, all right.
It's easy to say that when you've been in power. And
Right.
we're seeing how D is playing not in power, and it's not the
Yes,
best.
she's not. And I kind of like seeing that because it's like you guys thought you were so good, but when you're in those seats, you don't know how it is. And now you're
Mm-hmm.
the ones crying, even though before you're like, why is everyone crying so much? It's like, well, now you know.
Right. And
It's not
Devins, you're not in power and you're about to blow your game.
He's about to. That's what I'm waiting for. Like, he could just lay low and just not use it and go.
Mm-hmm.
I heard he went against D, whatever season they were in together, 50, and that's why D
Yes.
got out. I'm like, do that
Yep.
again. Do that again.
I can see him flipping on her
Yeah.
if he gets I feel like Devins is also a bro, and I feel like if
Yeah.
all the guys team up, I feel like I could see him cutting D.
100%.
You better do it pre-jury though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But we'll see. We'll see how this week plays out. I just can't wait. Tomorrow on the live feeds is when the veto ceremony is. So it's like, we got to know what he does if he uses it.
I'm gonna be at work stress.
Yeah, yeah. I always have it in the background, or I follow up on Reddit, be like, all right, who won and like what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yes. But thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for
But
having me.
of course, so before you go, Kia,
Yeah.
could you please plug in your social media handles where people can follow you, any upcoming projects?
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram. It's at Kimia Hash. That's KIMIAHASH. On there, I have links to my TikTok, and then I have a website, KimiaComedy.com. I list all the shows I have. I am based in California, so all my shows are in California for the most part. But yeah, it's where I post some sketches on there, my comedy stuff, and yeah. Thank you so much for having me. This was really fun.
Oh yes, you're definitely coming back. You're like
Okay, thanks.
amazing with like live feed recaps. Cause
Oh
like
yeah,
I'll watch the live feeds, but I don't like memorize
yeah.
exactly what happened in what order. But you're like amazing.
Thanks. I'm
So
on it a lot. Don't tell
yes,
my work. No, just
it's all good.
kidding.
Your secret's safe here, okay?
Thanks.
But yes, thank you everyone for watching or listening. Be sure to check out our next episode on Wednesday night, and then we're going to cover the eviction on Thursday. So if I don't talk to you, have a great start to your work.